Contemporary Art Writing Daily is a satirical website that writes critical, incredibly well executed critical essays and reviews based solely off an exhibition's representation on Contemporary Art Daily. It's quite complicated unless you're really familiar with those things, I guess. Contemporary Art Daily is an incredibly ubiquitous thing now. You know, shows sort of often only exist seemingly online, or they're hung in a way that is for online documentation. So this Contemporary Art Writing Daily are a sort of anonymous coterie of people, I don't know how many, one person maybe, somewhere in the States who write these things. And I worked with them a couple of years ago on a show. Worked with them. Basically, it's just a lot of emails back and forth, describing things, only text really, don't really send any images or anything, just describing ideas and thoughts and beginning a long conversation. And then they wrote these extraordinary pieces of text that they didn't know what were for, really. I mean, it was a sort of one of those strange things where neither of us knew what was going to happen to this stuff. But there's kind of the thrill of generating this as we go. They didn't know, I didn't know in the end that they were going to be sort of laser burnt onto pieces of crap wood, you know. It's interesting, there's a kind of thing about getting to find something in a way. There's a pleasure, I think, of realizing, particularly in this process, that the thing that I do more than anything is just edit. And working with another person that I don't know and that I don't have any kind of, it's a bit like analysis or something, and analysand, you know, there's a kind of like, not knowing them affords a kind of level of conversation and a level of something that creates a different kind of space, I think. So it's, yeah, and I get to treat these things as sort of found objects, I guess, a bit like the costumes or you know, I mean, so much of it, like the 3D models that I get from online, or like the costume of the boy, the sort of purple smock is I mean, I chose it with purple, but other than that, it's this exquisite 3D model that, you know, I bought for 50 euros or something, you know. It's so strange, you know, but almost everything in the show has this kind of strange combination of serendipity, of good fortune, and practical encounter. So the costumes are also doing a great job acoustically in that. You know, it's not, so there's this kind of confusion between what everything is supposed to be doing. And I think the wall texts, which I keep calling that because it's a sort of suitably ambiguous term, because they don't really provide information, but they do, they provide too much. But what is it about? And it sort of opens, so everything is doing more than it should, and is also insisting that it's still something very simple in a way, I think.